I think I just turn it up louder than the rest. I don't really know, but there's certain notes that just wobble more, you know, on each synth, you know. You're in a room and you go through the notes and there's one note that goes doo, and you're like, oh shit, you know, that really resonates. And maybe using these. Plus I had always, like I said, with the dancehall experience that I had in New York, the bass totally got me, you know. I was like, whoa. We didn't do this in Europe, you know. We didn't have basses that moves your pants and stuff. You stand in front of a tower of speakers and your shirt be like, can't light a cigarette because it blows it out, so much bass, you know, kind of. So I had a fascination for sure for that, you know, and I tried to reproduce this feeling always with that bass thing, definitely. And one thing I always did is I turned up the very low, like the 40s and 60s, turned it up, but then put a low cut like somewhere in the 40s, like a complete off. So, or sometimes even in the 50s, is complete off under it, there's nothing. And above is just this bulk, you know, that gives it appears to be very subby, but it actually isn't that much. It's actually very tight, and it doesn't waste energy on the slower movements of the speaker. So maybe that's also a little trick. That is not so the most important thing, I think. The loudness, it still needs to have room to move, you know. That's what I'm thinking. You can't over-compress, you'll just take the language of it out, you know. If you don't have any, how do you say this in English, amplitudes, dynamics, thank you. If you don't have any dynamics, there will be no difference between the nothing and the sound, you know. The play is gone. So it depends also. I mean, if you do like a straight up 4 to the floor tune that needs to bang, I'll compress it, and sometimes stuff comes out that I didn't hear before, just because of the dynamics of the compressor that starts to mangle it. But it depends what kind of music it is. And it's always good to have a mastering engineer, you know, which I had for the first 2 albums, and now I actually don't anymore. Only if people that I do a tune for, if they say they want to have it mastered, I'll give them a version that is just not to the top, you know. Then they can do it themselves. But nowadays, the things that I release on Crunch Time, I did most of them myself. Save money, you know, and we all hear it, you know. It's like, I mean, I have to admit, a real mastering engineer is worth millions, man, you know, because they really know what they're doing. They do this all their life. They have different equipment, but yeah, you know, this is not Hollywood, so I do it myself. You know, if you DJ with Ableton and one tune is really low, you can, while you play, put a limiter on this channel, turn it up so it comes closer to this one, right? You can put 15 effects up on your set. Concentrate on other things than having to mix this one tune into the other, you know? Worry about other things in the meantime, you know, concentrate on the drama. And it's better for your back too, definitely. Yeah. I don't know where this is all going with the digital thing, you know. I have no idea, because it is going crazy already, you know. it's all simpler, it's all easier, you know. There's this iPhone app I found where you can do mashups. It has a library of all songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s or something. They're all cut like this long, and you can sit there and toss these samples into each other like a video game, man, and the shit that comes out sounds actually really good, you know? So, yeah. Who knows, maybe in 5 years we have a little box that we speak to, a little bit more jazzy. I would like, you know, and it kind of mixes it together on a, you know, by itself. And so, but I think it's a good thing that everybody can get into it and start with it. It's accessible, everybody can do it. The market is being flooded with a lot of crap because a lot of people are doing it, and it doesn't mean that there's more good stuff coming, you know. It's gonna be harder to really select and find things probably, because there's gonna be so much stuff. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad, actually. I can't get my head around that. It could be bad because it could end up that you don't even have to have an idea no more, you know. And that would be lilla. Yeah, that would be just the death of creative music one day. With programs will be creative for you, and you have a little computer that you just, like I said, you just put in what kind of bass line you want, or it should sound like poppy, or can have, you know, and the computer puts it all together for you. That's the death of music at the end of the day. And maybe this is where it's going to. It's definitely going to be a nice journey there, you know, because the progress and everything. But once we're there, we're all going to be like, oh shit, creativity is gone. The computer can be creative for you. I don't know, man. There's many people who use it as a vehicle, you know, like to higher the value, or like prop up their ego and stuff, you know. There's many of those, you know, who, like I like to say, make music for the wrong reason, you know. But it's always like that. There's always people like that. I like the physical format. I did some on Raw Fusion now. I did a vinyl release. They even made a thick vinyl, like I don't know how many ounce that is, but it's like a really thick one. It looks good. I like that, you know, because there's not any music, really, not much music is being made on vinyl anymore, right? So I feel kind of honored still that some of my shit is being made on vinyl. I think that's a good thing, you know. But it will definitely be a Liebhaber collectors type of thing, you know, in the future, even more than it's now, I think, you know.